Hey all, Scott here, and this is bad. Real bad.
Boys, welcome to the Anime Awards. So there are a little bit more than 20 categories here, and we're going to be checking them out. I know nothing about this. I'm just going to check out the nominations. I'm going in completely blind. So let's do this. I like eating my dessert first. Let's go to the anime of the year. Now, before I go into it, let me just speculate. Let me just give you my picks on what I think they're probably going to pick. This is the only category, by the way, that I'm going to do it for because it's the most important category. So, yeah, for anime of the year, I think they're going to have, well, they're definitely going to have Chainsaw Man, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War Arc, Attack on Titan, Season 4 Part 2. So those are the 4 that for sure are going to be there. I forgot if they had 4 or 5. But if they have 5, just in case for my next pick, I can either go with Demon Slayer's Entertainment District arc, or I can go with Mob Psycho 100 Season 3. I'm probably going to go with Demon Slayer. I think they're definitely going to choose Demon Slayer in there. So these are my 5 picks. Let's see how close I am. Anime of the year. Let's go, baby. Fingers crossed. Okay. What? What? No. Fuck off. No. No, fuck off. Wait, hold on. This has got to be a mistake. No, this has to be a mistake. What am I looking at? Attack on Titan, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, Demon Slayer. Okay, so far so good, right? No Bleach! What the fuck is Licorice Recoil? I don't know what the fuck that is. Ranking of Kings and Spy Family. I mean, okay. Yeah, they were good. You're not gonna have Bleach on here? That's fucking ridiculous. I'm not even a huge Chainsaw Man fan, but I know a lot of people are gonna be pissed that you don't have Chainsaw Man. And where the fuck is Mob Psycho? This is shit. Yo, I know I started talking shit about Crunchyroll a little bit too early, but holy fuck, you outdid yourselves. I need to go on like Twitter or something to check it out.
5 minutes later.
Okay, not even a minute in, not even a minute worth of research, and like motherfuckers are complaining. So Crunchyroll have chosen to not include fall of 2022. What? I'm convinced that Crunchyroll is ran by 5-year-olds. You guys have taken such a massive L by doing this. You've basically graduated from L University and have specialized in L-taking 101. Only in Crunchyroll can you host an anime award show for the year of 2022 and not include a quarter of 2022. And it was such a fire quarter too. Fall was one of the strongest seasons. Bleach! One of the big 3 returning after a decade. You cannot tell me you're not including that. They didn't include like Chainsaw Man. I'm not even that much of a Chainsaw Man guy, but I know a lot of motherfuckers are gonna be pissed about Chainsaw Man not being here. Okay, well, I mean, already the list is invalid, but I guess for the sake of and giggles, let's go through it anyway. Anime of the year. We got some solid picks here, I'm not gonna lie. If it was an actual list and not a bullshit list, Recoil, whatever the fuck, would have been replaced with Bleach, and Ranking of Kings would have been replaced with Mob Psycho. So for Anime of the year from me here, I would definitely have to go with Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan this year has been slapping harder than my mom when I was 5. That shit was incredible. The story of Attack on Titan is peaking right now. Cyberpunk Edge Runners basically came out of nowhere and just blew everything out of the water. It is an absolutely incredible video game adaptation. If we get more video game adaptations like this, we would be in for a great time, boys. Demon Slayer, not much of a Demon Slayer fan. I think overall the franchise is okay. It's alright. It's perfectly watchable. But once you've seen enough stuff, it just doesn't do that much new to be like super entertaining. That being said, the animation of Demon Slayer, especially the last fight of the Entertainment District series, was absolutely incredible. So definitely deserves to be here, I would say. But from what we have here, my personal anime of the year, I would say, is Attack on Titan. I would put Bleach, if it was here, in a close second, simply because I really enjoyed Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War Arc. I've been waiting for a long time for it to come, and it definitely delivered. The reason why I think Bleach is still, at the moment, second place to Attack on Titan is because the Thousand Year Blood War Arc is just starting right now for Bleach. So it's basically the beginning. It hasn't peaked yet. What we're experiencing right now with Attack on Titan is the peak of the story. Oh, and also apparently their justification, by the way, for not including the fall season of anime is to eliminate recency bias. How much do you want to bet, considering Attack on Titan came out in winter of 2022, how much do you want to bet this award show is going to be the Attack on Titan reward show? How much do you want to bet Attack on Titan is going to be in almost every single one of these categories in one form or another? I'm calling it right now. I haven't seen them. I'm calling it right now. And if it is, if I'm right on this, and the justification of the 5-year-olds at the boardroom at Crunchyroll Inc. is like, whoa, it aired like 2 weeks ago, we can't put them in here. It's not gonna matter. That does not matter. If Attack on Titan is still relevant a year ago, to the point where you would probably, again, I don't have any evidence, but we're about to go through these and we're about to see if Attack on Titan is going to be in the majority of these, then your entire justification for not putting fall in here is complete dog. Alright, so let's get on to the next one. Best original anime. I ain't even gonna lie, bro, I haven't seen any of it. I have not seen any single one of these shows. I'm not voting anyway, by the way. But what I am going to do is vote verbally on this video, which is already going to be more credible than anything on this list, considering a quarter of the year's not here. So anyway, I'm not going to force a vote out of myself if I'm not comfortable enough to actually give an informed opinion. So because I literally haven't seen anything on here, I'm not just going to choose at random. I'm going to skip, just like I did all these shows. Next up, we got best character design. Ranking of Kings, I would not give it the best character design simply because it's kind of like One Piece where the art style kind of fails it. The characters are there, the story is there, the world building is there, it's all good, but the art style is something that we're just not really used to when we're thinking about conventional anime art style. It's very cartoony. It's something that realistically you could imagine seeing on like Cartoon Network. You know, to be honest, I'm not really a huge fan of its art style. So for me, it doesn't really belong here. I think the main contenders here are Cyberpunk Edgerunners and JoJo. When it comes to JoJo, the character design for part 6 is definitely not as strong as some of the previous parts. I love Anasui's character design. I love Weather Report's character design. But these are just about the highlights. I think part 6 is definitely on a lower level compared to some of the other JoJos. So for me, in terms of character design, I'd probably give it to Cyberpunk Edgerunners. I think Lucy was a good character design. Rule 34 artists will definitely agree that Rebecca was a great character design. Yeah, for me, character design will have to go to Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Oh, we got best animation next. We are entering the big boy territory. Yeah, we got some real heavy hitters here. First of all, I would not give it to Attack on Titan. Mappa right now is writing Attack on Titan solely based on its peak story and its peak characters. Right now, the animation of Attack on Titan, compared to what we've seen before, is really nothing special. I know a lot of people made a huge deal about the CG Titans. I wasn't as upset to the point where I would put death threats on Twitter, to be honest. I think it's just dumb. But the Titans themselves look like, you know, complete ass at some points. And it didn't help that the trailer also showed these incredible 2D shots, which were never found in either the TV run of the anime or the Blu-ray. So it was just straight up false advertising. We're pulling an Infinity War trailer here, folks. It's like, what? I didn't sign up to this shit. Animation has taken a definite dive, but Mappa has really lucked out because right now, Attack on Titan's story and characters are peak. So even if the animation is not as good as it used to be, with wit, they can get away with it. That being said, it's not best animation. The good folks at Trigger know how to animate. Cyberpunk impressed me so much this year. I would say it's their best work. In all honesty, it really is. I was going in with zero expectations, zero hope. I was expecting characters to be T-posing even in the anime because all I knew was the absolute dog shit memes of the game state. But I was blown away. Cyberpunk Edgerunners is absolutely incredible. That being said, let's not kid ourselves. Let's cut through the bullshit. The final fight of the Demon Slayer Entertainment District arc is something that has unmatched animation quality this year. I think this is easily the highlight of the year. That fight was basically animation overload. My brain was literally buffering and it could not process what was going on because it was so absurdly well made. I can't even imagine how much this shit cost. I can't even imagine how many hours the motherfuckers at UFO Table took to actually animate this. It is ridiculous. I'm not even that much of a Demon Slayer fan myself. I thought the movie was incredible. I think the series itself is okay, but even I can admit that obviously anybody with eyes can agree. Entertainment District arc, best animation. Easy. It's not even close. Best new series. There's a show called Ya Boy Kongming. How do I not know about this? this? How do I not know about your boy? This is a crime. I didn't watch My Dress Up Darling, but I did watch Spy Family. Yeah, I thought all these are good, but realistically, there's only one series here that's fucking great, and that is, once again, Cyberpunk Edgerunners. I cannot sing enough praises to that show. If we're counting Bleach in all of this, Cyberpunk Edgerunners would be my third favorite show of the entire year, which is a big statement considering I've been watching Bleach since I was like 14, and I've been watching Attack on Titan also since I was like 14. For a newcomer like this to come in and like shit on almost anything else is absolutely incredible. For me, Cyberpunk Edgerunners was, and you can quote me on this is probably my biggest hot take. Cyberpunk Edgerunners is deeper than both Evangelion and Serial Experiments Lain combined. The only reason why I'm mentioning these two series is because they're widely regarded as some of the deeper series. If you think of a deep series, there's a good chance you're thinking of one of these two. For me personally, the themes of Cyberpunk Edgerunners spoke to me on a level that these two just did not. It largely depends on where you are in life and how much you can relate to it, of course. But, you know, where I was personally when I watched it, man, that blew me away. Easily best new series, without a doubt. Best continuing series. Now this is another big one. We have so many heavy hitters. I haven't seen Kaguya-sama, but I want to get something out of the way real quick. I have not actually caught up to One Piece yet. I know. You don't gotta tell me. I know. I'm tearing it up with Big Mom right now, okay? Give me 200 episodes, and in a couple months I'll be there. But right now, I don't know what the f*** is going on. Of course, I've seen, like, you know, kind of spoilers floating around and shit like that. I remember for like 2 weeks, everybody just couldn't shut the f*** up about episode 1015. So you already know, when I watch 1014, before 1015, I'm getting some f***ing popcorn. It better be as good as you motherfuckers hyped it up to be. I have a good feeling that if I was actually caught up, One Piece maybe could have been my top pick here. But apart from that, it would be Attack on Titan for me. The episode where Eren and Zeke were going through Grisha's memories was a masterpiece. I have not been this invested in an anime in literal years. You know what's funny? I mentioned before how I was waiting for a character in Cyberpunk Edgerunners to T-pose. Well, I was joking, but Eren did actually T-pose. Zeke was just like in the sand. He doesn't even know what the f***'s going on, and Eren's just like, hey, yo, what up? You handle that. I'm gonna go conquer the world real quick. Later! Eren in season 4 is just such a fucking Chad. Best continuing series, with probably an asterisk, because I'm not caught up to One Piece, is Attack on Titan. By the way, another thing you should technically consider is when they say JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean, they're talking about Stone Ocean Part 2, because the actual ending came out on December 1st, so that's technically not even considered to be part of this sham of an award show. Next up, we got Best Opening Sequence. I think the two that stand out above the rest here are the rumbling from Attack on Titan, which is once again here, and this fire in Cyberpunk Edgerunners. I'm gonna go with the rumbling for Attack on Titan. This is slowly but surely turning into the Attack on Titan awards, as I suspected. Best ending sequence is next. Okay, Attack on Titan again. I'm not gonna lie to you, in terms of endings, I didn't really listen to any of these. So instead of choosing a random one and, you know, casting a bullshit vote, I would abstain from voting. Let me know in the comments if you guys feel passionate about any of these. Personally, I don't really remember listening to any of these this year. So for endings, I'm going to give it a skippity skip. Best score. Okay, something pretty underrated. A score can either break or make a scene. Spy Family was good. Made in Abyss was good. Demon Slayer was good. Realistically though, again, I feel like a broken record. Most of these categories are basically a toss-up between Attack on Titan and Cyberpunk Edgerunner. Attack on Titan obviously has the Sawano score, which is peak, peakity peak, Mount Everest, Mount Fuji. I'm talking peak of the peak, baby. However, Cyberpunk Edgerunners, for me, totally takes it. I could not even imagine saying something would beat the Sawano score, but holy man. I'm pretty sure they lifted up a bunch of these OSTs from the actual game, but regardless, the soundtrack of Cyberpunk Edgerunners is something that I find myself listening almost on a daily basis. There are so many incredible pieces. They're the more sad, mellow ones. The Other Room, Let You Down, Lithium. These are all fucking great. Then there's Who's Ready for Tomorrow, which started out as underappreciated and then in like a couple days became everybody's favorite. Then you have my favorite, which is Friday Night Fire Night, baby! How the f*** could you not like this song? This is easily the greatest song. Man, I can't even recall how many times I've been listening to that song, just on a day-to-day basis. And of course, the one that everybody knows, I Really Want to Stay at Your House. Facts. I really do want to stay at your house. Where do you live? The entire soundtrack is just an absolute miracle. I think Attack on Titan really excels when it comes to setting the mood and having a certain melody that fits the scene, but Edge Runners has the lyrics. Edge Runners has the actual songs. They're not just melodies of OST. They're literal songs. So for me, Edge Runners easily has to take the best score. Best film. It's not Bubble. I've seen Bubble. It's not Bubble. The only ones I haven't seen here are Inuo and The Deer King, so I can't really comment on those. But Jujutsu Kaisen 0 was good. It was a good film. It was perfectly watchable. I think it was weaker than season 1 overall. I'm not a huge Jujutsu Kaisen fan. I like it enough, but a lot of motherfuckers are acting like it's the next Bleach, and it's not. In fact, it has more members on MAO than Bleach. Can you believe that? If we're going by MAO members count, more people have allegedly seen Jujutsu Kaisen than they've seen Bleach. Unacceptable. Get your shit together. I know. 366 episodes, 45% of which is filler. It's kind of a hard sell, but damn, man, it stings. It hurts. It hurts right here, man. Dragon Ball Super Superhero. I fucking hate that title. Just call it Dragon Ball Superhero, you. The creative choices of that film, I really disagree with. I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan, so naturally I was pretty excited about that film. But first of all, the CG is not like absolutely disgusting when you compare it to like your usual anime CG. I don't want to use like the worst of the worst examples, like, you know, Berserk 2016 and that helicopter scene from the Golden 13 film. But, you know, when you imagine your standard anime CG, it's all kind of shit. It's all dog doo-doo, you know? It's all butt cheeks at the end of the day. It doesn't look good. It looks out of place. It's just not a good idea. Now, making the entire film in 3D kind of offset that disadvantage where it's like, it doesn't mix 2D and 3D, which always forms this awkward, different layering effect, which is like stuff that's not even on the same field of reality as another thing. I would have loved to see the film in 2D. I would still love to have seen it in like the style of Broly, you know? That was great. And by the way, the MVP of the film was easily Gamma 2. I thought that character was great, and now he's gone. The other thing in terms of a creative choice that I really disagree with is the way they handled Cell Max. So instead of choosing something really cool, like bringing Cell back, you know, Cell Reborn, and it turns out he's been training for years and he attained the golden Frieza form because it has Frieza cells, and he can also stack Super Saiyan 3 on top of that. Something like really cool like that. They brought in some dumb, mindless kaiju and gave him shoes! Like literal shoes. Not like his you know, insect biological exoskeleton shoes or whatever the f he had in Z. No, like little shoes, like my man wearing sneakers. He's got the Red Octobers. Like, what the f? Overall, Superhero, I enjoyed it overall, but there were a lot of creative choices that I just thought were absolutely dog. And so, by process of elimination, and somewhat reluctantly, I'm gonna have to give the best film to One Piece Film Red. It's a filler film, so not the best news, but we did get that incredible scene with Luffy and Shanks, and I think comparing that to anything else on here pretty much makes it the winner. Best anime song. The picks here are kind of mid, I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna go with Rumbling. Both the songs from One Piece Film Red were okay, nothing really mind-blowing, but yeah, I think this is a pretty solid choice. I think I'm gonna go with Rumbling from Attack on Titan. Best Director. This is really interesting, because direction and just choreography are not really something people think about a lot, so I think Attack on Titan was pretty solid, but at the same time, I think we've seen better direction in previous seasons, so I'm not really gonna give it to Attack on Titan here. I think overall Demon Slayer has a stronger choreography, but in terms of specific direction in the sense of shot composition, I would probably say Cyberpunk Edge Runners would take it here. There are a lot of shots in Cyberpunk Edge Runners which you can literally screenshot and then put them on your desktop for like the next 2 years. There are so many great shots where you can literally see my man Hiroyuki Imaishi's vision, and it's absolutely incredible. Yeah, I think for direction, with Best Director, I'm gonna go for Cyberpunk Edge Runners with the homie Hiroyuki. Best Main Character. This is a big one right here, baby. We got Boji from Ranking of Kings, solid choice. David from Cyberpunk Edge Runners, solid choice. Lloyd, pretty good choice. And Eren from Attack on Titan. Let's not kid ourselves, alright? Season 1 Eren, I sleep. Season 2 Eren, I sleep. Season 3 Eren, I am pretty much bedridden. Call me Snow White, because I am deep asleep, my guy. Season 4, Aaron. Real shit. Realist as they come. Easily. Best main character. Eren Yeager. Big fan of Season 4, Eren. Best supporting character. I think Kage is a great supporting character. Tengen from Demon Slayer. Very good supporting character. Very interesting. 2 picks from Spy Family. Both Anya and Yor are on the list. Fascinating. You guys are bending your own rules. What's up? What's going on here? Huh? So, something you want to tell me, Crunchyroll? Something you want to tell me about Bleach, maybe? I'm all ears. Something you want to tell me about Mob Psycho? Chainsaw Man? You guys didn't know that was happening? Pretty much the most hyped thing ever? You guys didn't know about that? Too much recency bias, except like Attack on Titans and like half of these. Fish brain decisions aside, first of all, I got a question. Rebecca from Cyberpunk Edgerunners. What do you guys think about that? Because, I mean, realistically, I would put Lucy here. I mean, I guess you can make some kind of argument about Lucy being more of a main character, but in my opinion, the main character is clearly David, right? And there's much more focus on him than there is on Lucy. So, in my opinion, Lucy is more befitting of a supporting character than a main character. So, I'm not really sure why they put Rebecca here instead of Lucy, considering also that I enjoyed Rebecca as a character, but she didn't have that much on-screen presence, especially when you compare her to Lucy, which had a ton. I think Rebecca's a little bit of a weird choice here, but apart from that, I got a rule that I usually follow in life, and it has gotten me to great heights. If you gotta choose between a couple characters, and there's a MILF, the MILF wins. Yor is easily best girl of 2022. Don't at me. Don't at me. She is the best MILFy, big mommy milkers of all of these characters. So for me, best supporting character, even though I just spoke about Lucy for like 5 minutes, it's gotta be Yor. Yoda Fuja, must protect at all costs character. What are these categories, bro? What am I reading right now? Again, 2 choices from the same anime? I think Kage's a good one. I think Boji and Kotaro are also good ones. But realistically, I'm probably going to go with Anya. If you just picture the phrase, must protect at all costs, I think Anya pops up in my mind way more than any of these other characters. Best action. Okay, let's address Attack on Titan. I don't think Final Season Part 2 is very action-packed. It's peaking in the story right now. It's peaking in the characters. That is pretty much offsetting any lack of action. I'm a huge JoJo fan, but I wouldn't say Part 6 stands out particularly because of action. So, Spy Family, they had a lot of great action, but it's nothing like super mind-blowing. Cyberpunk Edgerunners and Demon Slayer are the toss-up here. I think in terms of choreography, shot composition, and flow, Cyberpunk Edgerunners is consistently, I would say, more impressive with its action. But that last battle of the Demon Slayer Entertainment District arc achieved heights that I don't think have been surpassed. If we're talking about on a more extended scale, maybe Cyberpunk Edgerunners, but realistically, if we're talking about that one peak point, it's gotta be Demon Slayer. That last fight is just about the most action-packed thing you can watch. Which, again, coming as a guy who's not even necessarily such a big Demon Slayer fan, that's big praise. So best action, I'm gonna have to go with Demon Slayer. Best comedy. I don't really watch too many comedies, but okay, I already see my pick right here. Uncle from Another World is genuinely a funny ass show. I'm not an isekai fan at all, to be honest. Most of the time when I see an isekai, I just roll my eyes and like go to sleep because it's just the same formula repeated 1,000 times. Uncle from Another World is not only a great isekai, it's also a genuinely funny show. Like the first scene of the show actually made me laugh, which for anime standards, I think a lot of the anime comedy falls flat for me. I think it's just not that funny. Like there are exceptions, obviously. I think Hajime no Ippo is, apart from being the best sports anime of all time, it's also in itself a hilarious show. And something like Prison School also made me laugh my ass off. But majority of the cases, I don't really find anime humor that funny. Uncle from Another World is actually truly funny. Best drama. Hey yo, King! I don't actually know him, which is probably for the better. Now, Kotaro Lives Alone is surprisingly drama heavy. Edgerunners so far has excelled in relationship-based drama, but at the same time, the plot of Attack on Titan has not been as peak as it has been now, ever. All of the plot twists are basically assembling into one, and they're finally culminating into this incredible story. Especially with the character of Eren and how he has progressed, I think best drama would have to go to Attack on Titan. Cyberpunk Edgerunners, depending on your tastes, could very well come close, but for me, Attack on Titan has to edge it out. Best fantasy. I don't think when you picture fantasy, you picture Demon Slayer. I don't think Demon Slayer fits here. Overlord 4, I have given up on Overlord. Ever since those goat demons in season 3, which is the worst CGI ever, like ever, even worse than Berserk 2016. Those goat demons, unacceptable. Made in Abyss is a good fantasy. Mushoku Tensei is a good fantasy, even though it's, you know, an isekai. If there's one anime here that embodies the word fantasy and, you know, even the genre fantasy, for me, I'd probably say it's Ranking of Kings. Ranking of Kings has certain elements of fantasy that are just not found in either Mushoku Tensei or Made in Abyss. In terms of fantastical elements and themes and certain aspects that are borrowed from fairy tales, Ranking of Kings just takes the cake here. Best romance. Okay, hold on. Before I even click, how much do you want to bet I have not seen any of this? I have this this framework. I call it the trifecta of doom. If an anime has the following 3 genres: romance, comedy, and slice of life, I don't watch that shit. Why? Because I've already watched it. I already know exactly what it's going to be. 12 to 24 episodes of characters doing absolutely nothing. So if it's romance, comedy, and slice of life, the trifecta of doom, that's a skip. That's an immediate skip. And a lot of the times, if it's a romance, it's also a comedy and slice of life. So let's see. My call is I haven't seen any of this shit. Let's see if I'm right. Yeah, I mean, I've seen Komi season 1. I haven't seen season 2. So technically, I was right. I cannot tell you a single thing about this. Trifecta of doom, baby. Best voice artist performance? Pretty sure you guys meant voice actor, but whatever. When I hear voice acting in a foreign language, I find it pretty hard to distinguish good voice acting from bad voice acting. The main exception to this is like Kuwabara's Japanese voice actor from Yu Yu Hakusho. I love Kuwabara's voice. So for me personally, it's really difficult to actually make out a great voice actor. But I would probably have to give it to the homie Yuki Kaji, because he was actually the voice for Eren. And I think his voice acting in here stands out more than the rest. Not only because of obviously the tonal change that happened between, you know, the first 3 seasons and the 4th season of Attack on Titan, but also because of the Tatakai scene where he was just, you know, monologuing in front of the mirror. That was great. That was a really memorable scene. Overall, I think the attitude of Eren Yeager and the complete change in personality is really well reflected in the voice. So even though I'm not the biggest expert here, I'm going to have to go with Yuki Kaji for Eren Yeager in Attack on Titan. Last section, we have Best Voice Artist, English. Now, I'm not going to lie, I haven't seen any of this in dub. I'm not against dubs. I'm only against 99% of dubs. Bruh. You know what I'm saying? The only that I actually watch in dub is kids anime. Or not even necessarily kids anime, but anime that is more geared towards kids. So something like Pokemon or Beyblade. I know that's not going to require a lot of like brain power. I'm not going to be missing like super important plot details if I don't catch the subs in the original version. But realistically, I watch pretty much all my anime subbed, so I don't know about anything that's happening here. Skip! Okay, that was pretty much it. I just ended up counting, and it turns out Attack on Titan is in 12 of the 22 categories of nomination. So what the f*** was the whole argument about recency bias? Attack on Titan came out in winter, and it's still relevant. And I'm telling you, it's probably going to take Anime of the Year. So you putting Bleach and Chainsaw Man and Mob Psycho here was not really going to change too much. So overall, they had some solid choices, but I mean, the whole missing fall is just such a massive letdown. So that was pretty much it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Hit that like button. Go check me out on TikTok. That's right, TikTok. I upload every single day, like 5 times a day. I kid you not. Yes, I have no life. How do you think I've seen all these shows? If you want to support me directly, go on my Patreon. You can pay whatever you want. I think the minimum is like $1. So any support is appreciated. And that's about it from me. And let me know what your anime of the year is in the comments. My light just stopped working. What the f***? Later.